Hello and welcome, my Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. Welcome to your timeless work, career, and vocation reading. I am your reader, Markangelo Lyons, Mal. For short, they're my initials. I'm a professional witch, a professional intuitive, the president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of 2 different books with a 3rd one in progress. First one is called Spell Ingredients. Second one is called Words of Grace. Words of Grace has a Kindle version, and there's a link in the description box that if you click it, you'll be able to preview a good chunk of the first part of it for free, including the table of contents, which is mostly in chakra chapters. There are chakras in this reading. It may be of use. The original version of Words of Grace, which we had to edit down considerably to make it all fit on Kindle, that's over on Drawing the Circle. Patreon.com/Drawing the Circle. It's been a busy day. In our digital shop, as well as the only place where you can find my first book, Spell Ingredients, and the 3rd one will be on there as well. We got audios, we got videos. All of the audios and videos have free previews. If you want to check them out, you don't even need to be a subscriber to shop in the shop. And some of my subscribers get those ebooks, audios, and videos as part of their benefit package, but the majority of my subscribers get 3 benefits in common. A daily check-in when I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream like pretty much every single morning. We chat about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with some sort of spiritual practice to send us on our way. And it's the wisest way for me to start the day considering my work, career, and vocation, as well as they also get all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube, and they get an extensive discount when it comes to booking me for private sessions. We'll talk about that at the end of the video if you want more info. And I love it. You can follow us for free, putting out more content for the free followers, though the subscribers get to see that stuff too. As well as you can 7-day free trial us as a seeker or a human. I love it. Patreon is the wisest, coolest thing that I've done in my career in quite a while. Maybe not the coolest thing I will ever do. There's lots of stuff going on here at Drawing the Circle, so I highly recommend it. Click the menu, check it out, and come Patreon on Patreon. Because I'm the Archangel of Lions, Markangelo Lyons, which you might as well just call me Mal. Hey, Pam. Welcome to the Work, Career-Vocation reading, a life purpose reading for the Scorpios and the cross-watchers. We'll do some explanation for the new people, and then we'll jump into the divination. Feel free to jump ahead, although the intention for this series has shifted a little bit. We're still using the same amount of cards in the same decks for I think the past 2 or 3 of this series that I have done, but for some reason the divine has been hucking NDE videos at me from YouTube, near-death experience. I've been in the spirituality, metaphysical, pagan, who's-he-what's-this industry for a very long time. They're not new to me, never had one myself. I've met a handful of people who've had near-death experiences, but the majority of them that I was sent to watch, and I watched them, were about our life purpose and our contracts and what we agreed to do in this lifetime before we even drew a breath. So that's what these readings are for, this particular series, and we are going to be doing 11 cards to pull this one off. So this is about your life purpose looked at through what's called the 3 levels of power, 3 symbolic archetypal lenses that allow you to sort of see something really huge like a life purpose and break it into chunks. It's all one thing, like white light through a prism makes the rainbow, right? Taste the rainbow, Scorpio. So we're going to get 3 Caroline Myss archetype cards, because it is from her that I learned about the 3 levels of power, and there's a link to one of her videos here on YouTube talking about the 3 levels of power, and she, also from her book Anatomy of the Spirit, where I learned about the 8th chakra. Brilliant work, very helpful for me, as well as her book Sacred Contracts, which is what these archetype cards are about. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, work, career, vocation, not past, present, future. It's all happening simultaneously. About what's going on in the 8th chakra. The 8th chakra is like a satellite that sends down the codes to the other chakras, shifting what we attract and what we repel in our our electromagnetic field, it's hard to say, so that we have the free will to no longer delay what cannot be prevented in our contracts, our agreements, what we agreed to do in our life plan, our life purpose. Call it what you want. So we'll get 3 of those. For the next 4 chakras down, we'll be using Daughters of the Moon Tarot, the internal yin, internal feminine energy, goddess energy, the stuff that maybe you share with the world and maybe you don't, being a Scorpio. We'll look at the lower 3 chakras, 1 card from the Mythic Tarot, the masculine energy, the yang dynamic, looking at yourself from the outside like looking in a mirror, maybe you from the inside looking out at people, places, and things. But with cross-watcher reads, there's often a high percentage of these readings that are mirroring, so it's both looking in and looking out. Love, so we'll get 3 of those. These first 3 decks will all be face down, and then we'll look at work, then career, and then vocation. And then we will get a Whispers of Lord Ganesha Oracle, Angela Hartfield. If you're unfamiliar with Ganesha, I often call him Ganesh. He is the elephant-headed Hindu god of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles. This very well may be a money read, particularly for Scorpios, because you guys are sort of that vibe. But he's also the remover of obstacles, not just in your life purpose, but in the spiritual alchemy involving the 8th chakra. We'll get there when we get there. And then we will end with 1 Matt Kahn healing mantra, because this is about healing, right? No matter what our contracts may be about, it's always about growth and evolution and healing. And as one of us does that even a little bit, we all heal holographically. There is an upward spiral with no backsliding. I know it doesn't look that way. So if we all do our parts to fulfill what we came here to do, we shift to happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser lives in happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser ways for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world. If that's part of your contract in this life, it certainly is mine. So there is our explanation. Let's get down into, or up in the divination, whatever. Get down tonight, or today, whenever you're watching this, and let's just do it. The shift from explanation to divination happens in the still point. So both feet on the floor, if you can, like stay grounded. I need to stay grounded. I got a new kitten, and I'm going to show you a picture of my Sammy at the end of this video. And focus on your breath, if you will. And I promise I will do anything, because believe me, it's heavily written into my contract to not just fulfill my life purpose, work, career, vocation, but to help others do so. And I've been doing work, career, vocation readings, I think, since the late 90s, early 2000s, when I learned about Mace's 3 levels of power. So there's the explanation. Let's shift into the divination. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheonic override. The place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved pantheons of the divine, 3 cards face down in clarity for the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers in this work, career, vocation read. What's going on in the 8th chakra of their work? How they survive in the world. What's going on in the 8th chakra of their career, their passion, their hunger, their thirst? What's going on in the 8th chakra of their vocation, their spiritual calling for this timeless work, career, vocation read? Like I said, we're going to keep those face down. You already know what they are. They are in the title. So let's see how brave you are once we start flipping those over. We'll get the next 4 chakras down with the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My goddesses override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. My beloved goddesses, 3 cards face down in clarity for the Scorpio collective and their cross-watchers in their work, career, vocation. What's going on, heart, throat, third eye, crown in their work? What's going on, heart, throat, third eye, crown in their career? And what's going on, heart, throat, third eye, crown in their vocation for this timeless work, career, vocation reading? 3 more, and then we start flipping. Please take a nice deep breath. Order and method, darling. Still point. My God's override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it. So let it be done. My beloved gods, please, 3 cards face down in clarity for the Scorpio collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading. Please, beloved ones, what's going on outside and we'll see if any of you show up. Outside in, inside out in their work. Lower 3 chakra dynamic. That was 2 cards. That one's staying there. What's going on? Lower 3 chakras in their career. And what's going on in the lower 3 chakras in their vocation for this timeless work, career, vocation read. Okay, so let's look. Oh, very good. Oh, wow. Yeah. Wonderful. Okay, so we're starting with the Midas, miser archetype, creative family archetype. Now, I know in the title it is reversed, that this is the 3rd archetype mentioned, not the 1st. You lay them down this way, but then that goes from the physical world to the spiritual, but then we're going to interpret it in reverse, taking it from the spiritual into the physical. So written on these cards is a shadow attribute and a light attribute. I call this lead, and this gold. Lead has 3 more atoms than gold, so it's heavier. That cannot be created or destroyed, only changed, released, transformed, forgiven, surrendered. I just call it alchemized. So the lead here in the work, and you can be dealing with someone who has the Midas, miser, or yourself, reason, season, or lifetime. So hoarding money and emotions, obsessive fear of losing your wealth. I've dated a bunch of you Scorpios. It's in there, right? But the gold is worth it. As all archetypes are neutral, so as toxic as the lead is as brilliant as the gold is, and vice versa. Entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold. Delight in sharing life's riches, right? So it's the question between being a miser, which is the root of the word miserable, and misery, right? Definitely holding on. Come on, you're Scorpios, fixed water. That could be happening emotionally. But the delight, right, in sharing life's riches, which may not always be financial, but like I said, like Scorpios, this feels like a financial read. So good thing you got the sun on the inner there, Amaterasu, the Japanese goddess of the sun, shining light on everything. When it's a major arcana card in a reading like this with chakras, where it's all 4, then this is all 4 coming together. This is about happiness. This is about a generosity. Think of how generous the sun is, right? It's been putting out all these rays and things for like billions of years, and we would not be here without the sun, and it's in every direction, right? It has no discrimination. It's just going to put out its light there. So, there is something feeling a little heartwarming here, but with the Ace of Wands on the outside, this can be a new inspiration. Like, ooh, I want that. Ooh, I want to make that happen, like a creative spark. This is Zeus issuing the call for the quest of the Golden Fleece, which Jason and the Argonauts take up that, and that is the entire suit of wands, minor arcana in the mythic tarot. So this could be, again, it's a general read, this really could be a solar plexus thing, like, ooh, I want to do that, or it could be given to you, right? So it can be going from you into the world. Like, I'm going to do this. You pick up the torch, right? And with this happiness, with this wholeness, with this health, right? That's very much the sun on the inner. You're really, the ability to turn something into gold here is pretty strong. And I do feel like this is a financial read. They aren't always, but let's look at your career. Ooh, okay. We've got the father. Yeah, this is really good. Okay, so the father archetype. The Midas miser is a creative family archetype. There are 9 different groups or families. This is the masculine family archetype, but it's not about gender. Just like the mother is in the feminine family archetype, the father is in the masculine. Now, see if we see this in the world, because as we heal this, that will begin to shift to the outside world. The lead, dictatorial control, abuse of authority. Oh, no, the patriarchal system has just been holistic and healthy all the time. No, it hasn't. So the light attribute, the gold, talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. And we need more of that healthy father energy, and it is. It's popping up. My dad was cray, God rest his soul wherever he may be. But I know for myself, I really have more the mother archetype, even though I'm a biological male. Like, I am the mother of companies and cats, right? So that father, like, that's the lower back. Like, lower back issues are often about support. So to be a positive guiding light, supporting life, and that could be, everybody understands the idea of mothering ourselves, but what does it mean to father ourselves, right? Setting boundaries, support, right? And balancing that masculine, feminine yin, yang yin, I'll try and say it accurately. And lovely enough, you've got the 6 of Pentacles on the inner, fairness and equal give and take, as we see in Rider-Waite Tarot. But this is a Paralympics race, right? And whoever's in the game is a winner, and it is about overcoming handicaps as the result, or wounds perhaps, financially, on the whatever. But Pentacles on the inner is about wisdom that you've gotten from life experience. Knowledge plus experience equals wisdom. You can read every book on everything, but until you actually put it into practice, you will not have the wisdom of it. It has to be lived to be wisdom. So I love that. Again, there's something financial about this that feels really good, particularly with the star in your lower 3 chakras. Like I said about the major arcana of the sun in your work, here in your vocation, this could be very much wish fulfillment. I mean, keep the hope light alive within you and really pay attention to the lower 3 chakra intuition. That's how you navigate your way through the world. And so you've got this momentum of success moving forward, no matter what the handicaps may be. Handicaps as an archetype, right? We all have our shortcomings and things that just happen in life. But then I will also say, with the sun in your work, really pay attention to heart, throat, third eye, crown intuition. That's called creative intuition, where this is survival intuition. Now, I want to put in there as well, if this is looking at you from the outside in, like looking in a mirror, your light is shining. You're bringing hope. You're in alignment. This is Pandora's box, the only thing that did not escape. Oh, all of the evils of the world jumped up out of that box because she just couldn't not see. I understand. I would have done the same thing. But except for hope, which Neil Gaiman says was really cruel of her that we held on to hope. But, he's British. We understand that, and I love Neil Gaiman. Good Omens. Terry Pratchett, I love him. So there is something really lit here going on, and maybe you are dealing with somebody that shines in that way. Again, cross-watcher reading. Oh, this is good. Let's see what's going on in your vocation. Oh boy. Okie dokie. Yeah, this is the one where somebody didn't watch. A lot of people probably didn't watch this reading because this is in the title, The Martyr. Now, the Martyr is a divine family archetype. It's about your spiritual and mystical power. Come on, mysticism is a big Scorpio thing. But like I said, as horrible as it sounds in the shadow is as brilliant as it is in the light. So catch this. The shadow attribute, addiction to self-pity. Been there, particularly if you're self-employed. Yeah, it's a lot. You run your own business or something like that. It's very easy to fall into that. But that alchemy is waiting to be given. And by the way, if pity has an emotional component, which it absolutely does, that means there are biochemicals that our body can be addicted to in that way. Oh, it's such a long story. But the light, the gold, learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause, and why wouldn't your life purpose be the cause, right? Take a new look at that. Just don't be about the cause, be the cause, right? Integrate that, anchor it into your body, and you can do that. Slow and steady wins the race. It's our first court card here. Pasoe, the buffalo woman, the crone of pentacles. So again, I mean, I wouldn't say this is a pentacle dominant read at this point. Is it? Well, you also have a bunch of major arcana. We'll get there in a moment. But this, whether or not you have planets in Capricorn, if you do, go look at your chart, see what's there. Even if you don't, look at your natal chart if you have it done, and if you know your rising sign, see what house this is in. Otherwise, if you don't know, you pretty much have to use Aries rising, because that's on this side. I'm doing it reverse, right? And then goes around the wheel. It will be 10th house. So this is cardinal earth, the Capricorn card. This would be the King of Pentacles, which, you know, is good. It's the mountain, right? It's the element of earth. But this is, again, about wisdom that you have gained. So look, if we're going to talk martyrs, we can talk Capricorn, right? It's like, I love them. I love dating Capricorns. They're just wonderful. I'm a Virgo, so it is nice trine most of the time. Oh, I'm sort of rhyming. So yeah, you know, they are the Eeyores of the zodiac, and God bless them for it. God has blessed them. There is definitely a high potential for wealth, but it is something that might be coming from you doing your own healing. Now, the thing about Capricorn is it's Saturn, Kronos, the god of time. That's why it's slow and steady wins the race. You don't run up a mountain, even if you live on it, right? Like mountain goats still are pretty much trying to figure out where to step next. To get to the top, 10th house, Capricorn, highest potential, not just higher potential, highest potential, getting to the top of that mountain, which then there are the foothills of the next. I didn't write it that way. I just agreed to the contract. And we got another court card here, but it's a page of swords. Now, I don't assign zodiacal value to pages because they are messages, meaning that they could be synchronicities, right? How do you put a zodiac sign on that? It could be a text message, it could be an idea, but definitely something in the physical world here. It could be something that you watch, on video or whatever on social media, and it sort of like triggers you to, really see the opportunity for service. And the thing about the 8th chakra is when you get up and see from the 8th chakra, it is like Google Maps, right? You see a quick flash usually of the larger picture, past, present, and sometimes future, and then you say, oh my God, this has all been in service to me spiritually, right? And now I can bring that energy down into physical form. So this is a martyr, father, Midas. We're not going to put miser in the title up for sure, because there's only so many characters I could put in the title there. But this feels good. And, I have to say, I don't know if this is just because I know Scorpios. I have a lot of them in my life. Pisces moon that I am, Triney McTrine. But there is definitely something about that Plutonian energy. Pluto is Hades. Hades is the god of the underworld and the wealthiest god. That's where all like the minerals and the gems and the hidden secrets are down there in the underworld. So I love it. I love this for you. So let's ask and see if Lord Ganesha loves it for you as well. Probably does. To help you remove the obstacles, the 3 atoms between lead and gold. Cute guys walking past my house, walking a big dog. I love my new studio. They can't see me. Please take a nice deep breath. You're digging it, Scorpio. Oh, what a Scorpio read. Daddy. Still point. Lord Ganesha override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved Lord Ganesh, one card in clarity, please, for the Scorpio Collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers who are watching this video drawn to this reading. What is your guidance, your grace, your loving, wise, powerful oracle message to help them alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, shifting them from toxicity to health and fear to love? fulfilling their life purpose through work, career, vocation in this Martyr, Father Midas contract for this timeless read. Priorities. Ooh, how are you spending your time? Card number 30. Oh, I opened right to it. Scorpio read. No, there's a lot written on this one. I'm just going to read what I'm guided to read, and then we'll get your last card down and then put it all together. Here we go. Make the most of your time. Kronos. There we go. Saturn. Every day is a gift. You have the option to make the most of what life is offering you. If you long to create organization in your life, you will benefit from prioritizing. Your ideals determine what you will seek in life. Your priorities are most visible in how you use your time. Ganesha is holding up the water lily. Water lily, lily water, is holding, where did it go? Ganesha is holding up the water lily and emphasizing the importance of your values. He encourages you to know what you truly want. Wow, water lily, water sign, just got that. What makes you happiest? There are always blessings that may not be apparent in the midst of a disappointment. Now, I'm not seeing disappointment here, but that Martyr card could be about looking back and seeing not the reasons why things happen. Because reason is a human invention. The divine trucks in purpose. Sometimes we get to see that purpose. Location, right? You see it differently. Time is not something that can be saved for later. When it comes to the time allotted to you each day, you only have a limited opportunity. Make your choices about how you spend your time in accordance with your highest values, highest potential. This seems like a third level here, that it is your vocation. That might be your leverage usually in this reading. Is one of the three. So you tweak that one and the other ones holographically come along. If you languish or procrastinate, the moment will be gone. Reevaluate how you have been spending your days and how you can strive to be more satisfied, right? So it's not about satisfying other people here necessarily, but isn't that the Midas miser too? So there is, I just keep feeling a strong financial component in this, but you know, sometimes when we make more money, we have more income, our priorities shift, as well as when we have less opportunity, less income, our priorities shift. So interesting. Let's get this last card down. Sorry, I have black cat hair apparently stuck to my face. This kitten. Oh, and now we're going into shedding season. I have 3 black cats. That's why I wear black a lot. Please take a nice deep breath. Get on the floor. Still point. Ascended Master override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved Ascended Masters, what is the perfect and precise healing mantra to assist the Scorpio collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers, alchemizing their shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, shifting them from fear to love, looking at their priorities in this Martyr, Father Midas, Work-Career-Vocation read. Embodying the soul, embodying my soul. I have a right to be excited. I think you do. I think you do. I think you do. I can feel you do. It does feel like a jackpot read, even though 10 of Pentacles isn't on the card, isn't on the table, wasn't a card that hit the table. So let me read you a little bit about this one. Matt Kahn is one of my favorite spiritual teachers on the planet and has remained that way for like the past 6 or 7 years. I have a right to be excited. When your soul is embodied, you are grateful to be alive. You are aware of life as a precious opportunity to experience the frequency of your own light through the unique attributes, characteristics, and senses of a person. All right, let's take a pin in that. So, the great light, it's always going through us. It's the life force, the chi, the prana, whatever you want to call it, right? But if you think of it as white light that then goes through a prism, that's the chakras, right? So it's the eighth, which is white, the way I say it, and then, right, Roy G. Biv all day long. So shining your own specific frequency here is what we're talking about, so you don't got to conform. As your soul becomes embodied, you are elated to be part of life's cosmic play, no matter how bad things seem, because that's a perception. Perception is rarely truth. The sun does not rise in the east and set in the west if the planet turns on an axis, and spoiler alert, ours does. This mantra is ideal for developing courage, finding your inner voice, and feeling safe in your body. That's like a whole chakra spectrum there, right? From the higher chakras into the lower chakras, feeling safe. You have a right to be excited, and I love that for you. So if you are new, we end these readings with what I call a blessimation. It's a word we came up with over on Patreon. Combination of a blessing and a summation. I never know what's going to come out of my mouth in these readings anyway. That's why I do the prayer and the meditation before I hit record, but I really have no idea what's going to happen in the blessimation. So let's do this one last time, at least for this reading. Please take a nice deep breath. Let's see what happens. Still point. May we end as we began. Pantheonic override. I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine. On behalf of the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need to alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, shifting them from toxicity to health, from fear to love, and from illusion to truth, by embodying their soul, because they have a right to be excited, and removing obstacles by getting clear on their priorities, how they spend their time, so that they learn the transcendent nature of service to their lives and to other causes, maybe other people, maybe not, spiritually, as they gain the wisdom step by step, or realize they already have a good deal of this wisdom. And by the way, White Buffalo Woman has been known for prosperity and abundance as a result of some communications going by, not really getting the online stalker vibe here at all, but it can be all of a sudden an inspiration from the outside world, messages exchanging back and forth, and so that in their career they embrace their talent for creating and supporting life, being a positive guiding light within a tribal unit, because there is forward motion. They do have wisdom. They may not be all the way at the 10, but they've got the 6. And yes, there have been challenges along the way. There may be things that they think that has handicapped them along the way, literally, metaphorically, or otherwise, but the light is there. The star is shining. There is some wish fulfillment here. Highest vibrational spiritual card, the star, in my experience as a reader for all of these decades, so that they shine their light, yet being supportive, or being supportive of someone who is shining their light with a cross-watcher read. And so that in their work, they embrace their entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold with a delight in sharing life's riches, as the sun from within them, Amaterasu, lights them up with health, with integrity, with happiness. Their light, their specific frequency of light shining, as we saw, as they embody the soul, as this new venture, this new inspiration, this new seed of fire, Ace of Wands, comes to them, perhaps a call to the hero's journey, creatively speaking, so that they may be the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wisest versions of themselves that they can be, in the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wisest ways, especially with this earth and the sun there, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world for all of life, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. So let it be. And so it is. That was good. Not a womp womp on the table, really. Unless, you know, you look at all that deadly sins flying out of the box. Pandora. Oh, if you liked the reading, if you found it helpful, please hit the like button, the thumbs up, subscribe if you want, because I ain't stopping. I have too much fun doing this on YouTube. And leave a comment if you like. All of that stuff helps some guy, Al, with a log who's tapping out a rhythm, helps them find the video. I don't know how that works. Please don't make me do math. But if you want the deeper dive, more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more by all means, come to Patreon. On Patreon, it's so much fun. And yeah, do I do the daily check-ins every single morning? No. Sometimes I am just burnt crispy. I'm taking clients, and the new kitten, he could tire us out, our little Sammy. I'll show you his picture in a minute if you haven't seen it yet. But my subscribers get them daily check-ins. The extended readings, part 2s to the part 1s, and the extensive discount. You can follow us for free. You can shop in the store, ebooks, audios, videos, previews for the audios and videos. And now that my entire back catalog is there and we are working on the new book, there will be more stuff. And the free followers often get exclusive content. The subscribers get to see it, but sometimes they get advanced content like kitty stuff, right? That eventually hits the other platforms. So go check out the shop. It's really cool, and I'm going to be adding more and more as I go, and I'm very, very, very excited about that. And if you would like to book me for a private session with or without the Patreonic intervention, the discount, I made a video for the 25th anniversary of my company, May 1st, 2023, called Booking Private Sessions with Mal. Explains everything you need to know about booking me for a private session of spiritual counseling, a reading, or a half and half. I have to redo it though, because when I made that, I was living in Holbrook, Long Island. I had no idea I would be moving to Saratoga less than a year later. So I have to remake it because, for example, I am now available for readings at the Magic Moon in Saratoga Springs on Phila Street, Phila Street, and you can just call them directly. I have days and time slots set aside. They let me know you're booked. I come in, I read you, and then I come home, and then I do more of this stuff. It's great. I love it. But most of the work that I do is obviously on video calls. Yes, my office is set up. I just did my first client downstairs. It was great. But the video stuff, we do Zoom recordings. I send my client, once we book a time, I send them a Zoom link, right? We record the whole thing on my end so they don't have to remember anything or take notes, right? At the end of the reading, I send them a link so they can download that video. They tell me they downloaded it, and then I delete it because confidentiality is huge to me. Like, I feel like if I broke the vows of confidentiality in what I do, they would snatch my intuitive skills away, like on a nap, not even overnight, just like, oh, gone, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I'd probably give it back because I work really hard. And the most important thing that I say in the video, and when I make the new one, I will say it again, I've never turned anybody away because of lack of finances. Where there's a witch, there's a way. I'm a witch, so there is a way, but at the same point, live and let live, fairly take and fairly give. An hour reading with me nowadays without the Patreon discount is $150 an hour. So, you know, a ham sandwich ain't gonna cut it, but I do like a ham sandwich, I will say. So yeah, watch the video. It makes my mom laugh, so we'll keep it up even when the new one is there because it makes my mom laugh. And you want to see the kitten? Of course you do. He's adorable. Samuel, Sammy for short, sunning himself on a desk he's not supposed to be on, but I can't get mad at him. He's a Sagittarius, he's really fun. So I rolled up my yoga mat so that he could lay on it and be more comfortable while he warms himself under the lamp on the desk. I love him. And if you want to see more adventures of Samuel and his two older brothers, Balthazar and Melchior, follow me on Facebook. There are so many reels, there are so many pictures, there are so many stories, as well as I'm doing a lot of cool stuff on Facebook. I like Facebook. I'm one of those weird, rebellious types who are like, no, it's helping me do what I came here to do. And I have that Midas miser thing. I'm really more the Midas, the mighty, mighty, mighty Midas touch. Bells are ringing. Some of you knew what that meant, some of you didn't. Look it up. So thank you so much for watching. I love this reading for you. Just keep an eye on the martyrdom, right? That feels like where your leverage is, and then maybe you'll see your priorities from a higher place, removing those obstacles because you have a right to be excited. What a lovely reading. I believe in you, Scorpios and Crosswatchers. You can do this. Just hang in there. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.